Hey everyone, it's Sally Estlin on Magic Mike Moments. Welcome to another episode. And today I'm super duper excited to sit down with Debbie Small. And now, Debbie, hi, Deb. Thanks for coming along today.
Thank you for having me, Sally. It's really lovely of you.
You are such an empowerment queen. So, as well as being a global superconnector, you're also founder of the Global Hub for Connections and Collaborations and an empowerment queen. So you're also, on top of all of that, a #1 best-selling author, a global speaker, a relationship builder, a business strategist, a facilitator, futurist, and thought leader. Sorry. And thought leader who connects business owners with high-calibre business experts. And we'll come back to that because that's just key of everything you do. But you help build a better business whilst also seeing opportunities for growth within people's businesses. So as I mentioned, you're founder of the Global Hub for Connections and Collaborations, and you work with business owners who are passionate about creating a better impact in this world and building their businesses with solid business foundations. We'll also come back to that. You've created an incredible community with heart and soul who really care about their clients and are focused on finding solutions. So to quote you, to me, a business is like a house. With solid foundations, you have choice. The choice to stay as you are, to scale, or to sell. Without solid foundations, you don't have this choice, not with your house and not with your business. So an empowerment point gives business owners the freedom of choice through strategic guidance and provides a safe and supportive network of like-minded individuals. Well, when we peel that back, there's a lot of gold in there and there's a lot of wisdom acquired from your experience. So welcome, Debbie. I just love what you do, global super connector. So let's just talk about a little bit about your journey, what you've been through, what you've learned along the way to where you are now.
Wow. Well, the one thing I have to say is I hate that entrepreneurs have to go through crap to get to where they're going. But unfortunately, that's the way of the world. And that's what happens. And that's why we end up doing what we do. So I have a background in corporate and business training, which I absolutely loved, and account management as well, which I loved. And then I kind of fell into an online product business. So I sold online as well as in networking groups because I've always been a connector of people. Even in my early 20s, people would ask me, do you know someone who does this or someone who does that?
Yeah.
And I absolutely love people. And it's really funny, no matter how tired I am at night, if I'm in suddenly a meeting overseas, I'm suddenly awake. It's like the adrenaline just hits
But that's
you.
like midnight sometimes for you. You never sleep. Sometimes we're messaging and you go, oh, I'm just waiting for this meeting. It's starting at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. I go, are you mad? And you go, yeah, but I'm global.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So anyway, with this business, I ended up making different mistakes because you don't know what you don't know. And
Exactly.
I was screwed by a couple of so-called business experts. So I thought, you know what? If this is happening to me, this is happening to other people. And
Yeah.
I got bored. I got a bit bored of the product, and I really wanted to help business owners again. So I looked around for a place that had all the business experts, all business foundations, and I couldn't find what I was looking for. So I decided to create it, and empowermentpoint.com was born.
It's so exciting because, we were just chatting before about we've got experts, but if you don't have the solid foundation, you've got all this expertise that's not structured correctly. And it's like dissipating the energy, the energy is just going out. So you're pulling that together.
Yeah, whenever I go through, I've got a short talk that I do on the foundations that I've done for networking groups around the world, and I've got a longer course on it as well. And every time I go through it, 100% of people tell me there are bits and pieces that they actually didn't know, and so which they're not going to because they're an expert in their area. They're not an expert
Yeah.
in every area.
Yeah.
But when you're running a business, or you're starting a business, or you're scaling a business, you need to have all your foundations right, because if you don't have all the foundations, as you scale, you are going to start to fall apart in different areas. So if you can build that, that's why I say it's like a house. So if you can build those foundations beforehand, then those foundations are set and you can grow and you can do the things that you need to do as well.
Yeah, and it's so important. I know from, focusing on the 10% that you're really good at and outsource and get support for the 90% that's not your focus, because you said before you can't be an expert on everything.
No,
And it's
no one
so
expects you
important.
to either.
No, and this is where businesses muck up, is that they don't have that solid foundation, and I see it often. And you can't build on something that's not solid, and then you can put your stable structure, and then you can start to expand and get into movement.
Well, the way it works is, and this is what I'm wanting to change, is that every business owner, you're passionate about what you do, you love what you do, you're an expert in what you do, or you become an expert in what you do, and that's what you're doing. But you don't realize that you didn't know this or you didn't know this until things start to happen.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh my God, I need to know this or I need to understand this. So my thing is, don't wait for those things to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come to empowermentpoint.com, speak to me, do our course, find out what all the foundations are, so you can seal all of those gaps. So
Yeah.
once you've sealed all of those gaps, then you can start to scale, you can
Layer
grow,
up.
you can do what you need to do a lot easier, and those holes won't appear later on.
Yeah. So talk to me about empowerment program.
Empowerment program, as in.
Well, so when you come to Empowerment Point, first of all, you're very selective about who's coming.
Okay, so with empowermentpoint.com, we're a community of people. I used to call it a tribe, I now call it a family, because everyone in there is so supportive. They care about their clients, they care
Yeah.
about each other, they've started to refer each other, be there for each other. It's just an amazing community of people. So people need to book a time to meet with me, and they can go onto the Join Now page and they can press the book time button at the bottom and book a time with me.
Yeah.
We have a talk. I find out, where are their expertise, the type of person they are, what they love to do.
Yeah.
And after that talk, we just see, are we the right fit for you? Are you the right fit for us? And if we are, then we take it the next step. And we love to have amazing people on. And we love to, we love to grow the family and to sound like the Godfather. It's not the Godfather. We like to grow. We like to grow the family with amazing people, because now what I've been saying is, I never want a business owner ever to say again that what their client is asking for is not their expertise. What I want is for a business expert, if a client asks for something and it's not your expertise, come on to Empowerment Point. All the profiles are open.
Yeah.
Check who the expert is that you can collaborate with, or speak to me and I'll help you find the right person. Collaborate with that person, and now you're giving your client a complete service. So whenever your client needs anything from now on, you're the person who is top of mind for that client. And they are going through you, and you can collaborate with whomever you need to in order to give that full service. Also, if you are a business, whether you're a small, medium, large, or corporate business, we are your one-stop shop now, where we can help you to put in the right experts with whatever it is that you need.
This is absolutely the perfect time in this world right now, because as we're shifting into this new way, however you want to describe what it is, but it's about community, it's about collaboration, it's about connecting with like-minded people. And so it's not about just looking after yourself, it's expanding it into that community, into that family, tribe, whatever you want to call it, and utilizing each other, because that's where we support each other and raise each other up. It's what it's all about. And it's the most perfect time for you to be on the scene. And when you look at your business there with your three sort of pillars, you've got the strategy, and which is getting all those pieces and filling in those gaps, right? And then you can grow, and then you get that freedom, because at the end of the day, that's what everyone's after, is freedom, that inner peace, so that they can be healthy and happy and abundant on all levels, And why not? We deserve it, right? It's all there for us. We just have to learn how to tap into it.
That's one of the most important things you've just said, and that is, we need to learn to tap into it.
Yeah.
People, we all try to do it on our own in the beginning, but we can't do it on our own. That's why we need a community to be part of. We need help to do it. And what we also do at Empowerment Point is we help people to become more visible as well. So I've just collaborated with somebody who has their own podcast, who wants to interview everybody on Empowerment Point and get them onto his podcast. We are about to start a podcast TV series as well, and I've collaborated with one of our members overseas to do that.
Right.
So so people will get seen more overseas as well. So I'm constantly looking at opportunities for our Empowerment Point people of how do I get them more known as well, and how do I get them out there too? So we also do, we were doing in-house training, but now our trainers who are our members do training that we open up to the world as well. So anyone can come and see them, learn from them, and then start to utilize them for their own business as well. So my, my, what's the word I'm looking for? My oomph, my mojo,
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah. What your
I get
passion, right?
excited, my
Yeah.
passion. I get excited when I see businesses collaborate, when I see businesses grow, when I see, you know, people do stuff, I get excited about that. So when I can help people become more visible in their area or get out there a lot more, or when I speak to people globally, I network all around the world. So when I
Yep.
speak to people globally, and they're talking about something, I might go, oh, I know they can collaborate with this person on Empowerment Point, or that person can help them.
Yep.
So I will do connections for my guys on Empowerment Point as well, of where they can actually collaborate with other people. And it's exciting to see people do that.
I can see it brings you joy. And joy is an acronym, you know, the journey of yours. So that
Oh,
is
look
your
at that.
journey, baby. You can see you're shining from the inside out, right? Because you just want to connect these, you know, where you see there's good fits. And it's awesome because this is a year of allowing yourself to go beyond unlimited opportunities and potential, right? It's just allowing yourself, right? Giving yourself permission.
100%. And I just want to add something there too. Allow yourself, but if you're stuck or if you're not sure what step to take, or what you should do,
Mm,
make a time to see me. You know, let's have a conversation, let's have a talk, and then I can help you to have a look at what is the next step for you that is
yep.
right for you that you would like to take.
Yeah.
So happy to speak to anybody around the world as well.
And also, you know, what I also like is that you're very in tune and intuitive, so you can sense the right fit or the right steps or what's missing. And also from your experience and working with so many business owners and seeing where their little gaps are, you know, you've become, well, that's part of your magic, right? Which leads into, what do you think is your superpower?
What do I think is my superpower? Okay, so this has taken years for me to actually turn around and go, that is
Mhm.
my superpower, and other people telling me as well. So they call me the empowerment queen because I love to believe in people and empower people.
Yeah,
And I have to say, by empowering others, I'm also empowering myself. So,
absolutely. Believe, yep,
so
absolutely.
it's quite nice to do that. I put all these things on Facebook, and I say I don't just put it for other people. I put it because I need it too.
Yeah, yeah,
And also global superconnector, they call me. So I take that with pride.
yeah.
And I love to connect people all around the world, which is really quite lovely.
Yeah.
And I have this ability when people are talking to me to think of either you should connect with this person, or you should connect with that person, or why don't you try this in your business to grow, or having a look at different products that you can utilize to actually grow your business that
Yeah.
people may not have thought of as well,
Mm.
or who they can collaborate in order to grow their business too. Because I find that, I guess maybe it's being intuitive, but I find that people, they're not always thinking this way. They're thinking this way.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
can't always see, you know, the amazing people that they can collaborate with, or the things that they're able to do. And there are different ways to collaborate as well. So you've got to find
Yeah.
what works right for you too. So those are my superpowers.
I just think it's
Building
brilliant.
relationships with people, building great relationships with people. I love
Building,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Someone said to me the other day, you know, you can't. Well, I've heard this a few times. You can't build relationships on Zoom. You can only do it face to face. And I've gone, yeah, no, I've built some of the best friends I've got, you know, overseas purely on Zoom. You
Oh,
can't walk away and say I'm going for a coffee and not come back.
it's a bit like speed dating, right? So, or you know, the online dating. Except it's yeah, absolutely. I just love that, building these great relationships, and it is a superpower because you can see it, you can sense it, you just know inherently, right? And you can see the joy exuding. So clearly, you're in alignment and flow. You're in your lane because it's working for you energetically. You can see it. So, in your opinion, what do you think is the biggest issue facing your clients, you know, these entrepreneurs, business owners?
Well, probably last year or the year before, I would have said something else, but this year I'd say the biggest, business owners will say finding clients. That's what they'll say.
Yeah.
I think it's believing in themselves. That's the first thing. The next thing, you know, yes, finding clients, clients and doing all that, but believing in themselves. And please, please, to all the business owners listening to this, it is so normal. You are normal.
Mm.
Business owners go through ups and downs. As I said, there are times where we're all excited and the days like this, there are times we don't want to get out of bed. And
You're just tired.
and all of it is normal.
Yeah.
And I have business owners who tell me that, oh, they're not normal, or maybe they shouldn't be in business because that's how they're feeling. And I laugh and I say, you don't understand how normal you actually are.
Yeah.
The trick is, though, is to, we get to in the entrepreneur world, we get to vent to each other, talk to each other about it. We get to be real.
Yeah.
And to align yourself with people who get you, who are like-minded, who understand you, and who you can actually talk to and be real. So we've also got on empowermentpoint.com, we've got a small exec team of our members who I've known for years. And we can be real with each other. We can talk to each other. There is a number of people that I meet on a weekly basis who I've known for years, who are also just happen to be an empowerment point, but who I've known for years. And we talk about whatever it is we need to talk about, whatever it is that's on our mind, however we're feeling. We know what we say stays within that, within this Zoom meeting, it just stays there.
Yep.
So this is what we need. We need to keep moving forward. Every business owner needs to keep moving forward. So don't think that you need to do it on your own. You've got other people that you can do it with you. Even if you don't come on to empowermentpoint.com, we are the global umbrella over business experts around the world, as well as networking groups around the world.
Yeah.
So we have amazing, fantastic networking groups on Empowerment Point. Go through, check them out, join them.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's heart and soul, and they all really care about their communities.
Yeah. Well, that's how I met you, was through networking. And absolutely. So that actually leads into my next question, because based on all of this knowledge, experience, and wisdom, what are your 3 top tips to help? So we've already sort of got with get with like-minded people who get you, and where you can be real and keep moving forward. So what do you reckon are your 3 top tips?
So my 3 top tips, I think the first one is keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Even if it's one step that you take, keep moving forward is really important. The other one is have a sense of humor, because you're going to need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to definitely need it. And also, if you're stuck, or you're not sure of something, or just look for it. Whether you speak to somebody to go, I'm stuck in this, where can I go, what can I do? Or if you're, when I'm stuck on tech, a lot of the times I'll either check a YouTube video that really helps me out. I built a website years ago through YouTube videos.
No way.
I'd look at the YouTube video and I go, okay, and then I'd go back and do that part on the website. Then I'd go back to the YouTube video and back again. So, or find the right person to be able to help you, or speak to me and I'll help you find the right person. Don't let yourself be stuck for too long. So we all have bad days. So there are days that I'll go, you know what, I'm not getting out of bed today, or I'm just going to watch trashy TV and I'm going to be in a crappy mood, and tomorrow I'm just going to start again. You're allowed to do that. We're all human beings, and being a business owner is not easy. It's damn hard. It really is. So, make sure you've got a sense of humor, and just keep moving forward. And look after you. You are the most important person. Look after your health. Look after you. Self-development for yourself is important as well.
Yeah.
And align yourself with like-minded people, because the outside world is crazy. And it's my entrepreneur world that's kept me sane. And it's that world where I get to create, I get to talk, I get to, see what opportunities are out there for people as well. It's an incredible world to be part of, and enjoy being part of that world. And just know all your ups and downs are totally normal.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm really picking up about you, is that what people are experiencing is normal, and you're normalizing those conversations. No, you're not broken, you're not wounded, you're not whatever. You don't need fixing. It's just normal. And that's about getting up each day when you have those bad days, brushing yourself off and just facing the next day, just allowing yourself, just being gentle on yourself, and just allowing this stuff to flow through us.
And just when you said, we're not broken, all of us have been broken in some way. We're all human. We've all gone through things, we've all gone through life. So in that respect, you're normal, you're normal.
We're all perfectly imperfect, right? I always say that.
That's one of my favorite statements. We are all perfectly
Yeah,
imperfect.
and
I
once
love
you get that, warts and all, it is. And then that's where you start to empower yourself. That's where you get your confidence, because you're just like, yeah, okay, it is what it is. This is a year of ownership and responsibility. So if we own our flaws, right, but own our greatness as well, and step into that, because you touched on it before, our value links into our finances with our self-value. So the more we worthy of the work that we do and of ourselves, it's going to have a direct reflection in your finances. So the more you believe in yourself and believe in your worth and what you've got is valuable, then that will be reflected in your finances.
Yeah, I say stop being so humble and say, oh, I'm not that great at that. I'm not that good. You know, stand up and say, I'm really good at that. You can do that without being egotistical, you know.
Yeah.
Own it. You know, I am a global super connector. I am an empowerment queen. I do love helping people do stuff, you know. Own what you do, but you know, don't worry about, because your heart and soul is either egotistical or it's not. And if your heart and soul is not ego driven, then it won't come out as ego. You know, for me, it's taken me a long time to own that. You know, beforehand it was like, yeah, I do that. You know,
Yeah.
but you know, but by owning it, I can help more people. By owning it, I can help more people believe in themselves. I can help more people be the people that they really want to be. You know, we only have one life. And
Oh,
if anything in the last years has shown us is that, you know, life can come, life can go, and we only have one life. And it's time for everybody to live it. Have a think about, what legacy do you want to leave? Do you want to be 180 years old going, what if? Or
yeah,
do you
yeah,
want
yeah.
to go, I'm 180, I tried all these things. Some of these things didn't work. Some of these things did work. There's a lady, I don't know if you've heard of her name. Her name is Iris Apfel. She lived in New York and then in Florida as well. Amazing woman. She only passed away recently at the age of 102. She became a fashion icon in her 80s.
Whoa.
She was
Whoa, love
always a
that.
believer of just, you know, being herself. You know, she wore these big flamboyant glasses, flamboyant clothes, all of this stuff. People got to know her in her 80s.
I saw
And
that in Facebook the other day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know her. Yeah. And she was so
incredible.
empowering, right? So
Yes,
empowering.
that's it. So you can do anything at any age. I never want to
Yeah.
hear someone. There's only one time you can't do something, is that when you're 6 feet under. Otherwise, go for it. You know, there are people
Yep.
who are doing things. There was a woman in her 90s who just decided she wanted to go parachuting out of a plane. There was a woman in her, I think it was her 80s, late 80s, who got a degree in something because, you know, that's what she wanted to do. So you
Wow.
know, it's the old Nike saying, you know, just do
Just
it.
do it.
It's something
Absolutely.
you want to do, just do it. What's the worst? There are two things that I ask as well. One is, if I don't try it, will I always regret it?
Yeah.
And the other thing is, what is the worst thing that can happen? And if it's not too bad, go for it.
And it's as simple as that. It's as simple as those two questions, just to motivate you and get you across that line, to get you taking that first step. Because I'm a true believer, if you conduct yourself with love, respect, and dignity, you can't go wrong. And what you said before, just own what you do, just own it, because this is a year of ownership, right? In good and bad, all the perceived positive and negatives. But this is it. It's just about doing something rather than sitting there. It's funny you tapped on the legacy, because that's one of my questions. You're like, how would you like to be remembered at the end of the day?
I've never actually thought of that question, but just off the cuff, how I'd like to be remembered is somebody that helped others, somebody that made a positive difference for others.
Made a positive difference for sure. I mean, you can already feel it. You can see it. You embody all of that. I'm just writing it down. Okay, so I have this little mantra: let go, step up, and be more. So in your
I
life
like that.
and your journey, yeah. So it's let go of other people's expectations, criticisms of yourself, whatever. Let go of the drama, step up, and just be more of your authentic self. So it's just step up and expand into being more of you. So across your lifetime, what do you think is some of the key things that you've let go of, or how you've stepped up and how you've been more of yourself?
Um, Interesting question. I think I'm letting go of, I don't sweat the small stuff like I used to. So
Yeah,
I think I let go of that.
yeah,
I also I also, and this is not always an easy one, you let go of what other people think as well.
Yeah.
And
Once you do it, oh my God, it's so good.
the best way to look at it is this: when you look at all the trolls on social media, people will say things, whether they want, it's stupid things they will just say. So you just need to be the best you that you can be,
Yeah.
and don't worry about what other people say, because people will always talk.
Yeah.
Um, so my mother always said, if people are talking about you, then it means you're still alive. so,
Oh, I love
so
that.
just yeah, let go of stuff and just be the best you that you need to be for yourself and those around you, and do
Yeah.
the things that you want to do. Do the trips, or the people you want to be with, or the people you want to see, or the things that you want to do, or the things that you want to try. There are things that we're doing this year that scare me. And I was told the other day that, if you're not scared, then, there's something wrong. And I'm going,
Yeah.
oh, fine. So but if I don't try those things, I won't know. So I've
Yeah.
collaborated with someone, and we now do events. So we now do leadership disruptor events. And the first one we're actually doing is our very first Empowerment Point conference this year. So
Right.
I'm terrified and excited all at the same time. But if we don't try and do it,
Yeah.
who knows what'll happen. We're also starting our very first, and the first one will be April 18th at 8 a.m. AEST time.
Yeah.
The link will be, the event will be on Empowerment Point. I'll be putting that on, well, by the time people watch this, it'll be on there. And it's basically a meeting about collaborating. So it'll be everybody coming in to collaborate. So it's like a networking group, but it's not a networking group, and it's purely for collaborations. So
Wow.
also, anything can happen. Let's trial it, see what happens. Everything is trial and error in business. So this is the one thing I say to everyone watching is,
Yeah.
if you don't try it, the answer will always be no. If you try it, you've got a 50% chance of getting there. So always try it. Try it and tweak. Try it and tweak. Try
Yeah.
it, what worked, what didn't work. Tweak what didn't work. Do more of what did work, and go for it again. So always trial it. And something else and this is, I do this in the foundations workshop, but something that every business grapples with is pricing. I
Mm.
don't care if you've been in business for 2 hours, 2 weeks, 2 years, 20 years, 200 years,
Yeah.
everyone grapples with pricing. Try things, things may work, different prices might work, different prices might not work. Trial things. Have a look at
Yeah.
what are the people around you doing, but what value are you giving? It's always, what is the value that you're giving? When you're taking someone from point A to point Z,
Yeah.
what is the value you're giving, and are you getting them to point Z?
Yeah. I love that. I mean, and that's fundamental, isn't it? About, that's what you're doing, taking people on the journey. And, at the end of the day, they want that value. They want to get that.
You're taking them from pain to pleasure.
Oh, I was just about to say that, from Pain Island to Pleasure Island. That's exactly what I say, crossing that bridge, right? And and it's helping people cross that bridge and getting to that pleasure point that they want. It's from getting stuck to, not being stuck, to success, whatever it is.
But even though it's going from stuck to not stuck, you still will get stuck in different areas on the way.
Yeah.
And that is normal. And
Yeah.
that's where the community's there.
Oh,
On Empowerment Point, we can call each other if we need help with something. We can be there for each other. It's just, yeah, it's that's why I call it a family now, because it's
yeah.
just absolutely incredible. The support of people. I'm in awe of the people. It's the most proud I am of Empowerment Point are the people that are in there. They're just incredible souls who just want to make a positive difference for people.
And I think in this day and age, in this new way, the key to success, it really is to have that support and accountability, to have a community, because it's going to support you. You're not on your own. You're not isolated, because often as entrepreneurs, you're working on your own and you think, oh my God, and you feel quite isolated. You feel like the black sheep often, but
always.
It's the support, the accountability, it's the community that gets you across the line. And I would be lost without my frequency family, for example. And I think,
but every business owner would be, when you go into business first, you are on your own.
yeah,
But you don't, that's the whole point, is you don't have to be on your own, because we are
yeah.
all there to support each other and be there for each other. And once people realize that, it just changes how they do things as well.
I just think everything you're doing is amazing. You're passionate about it. It exudes out. You can feel the energy over the screen here, Deb. You absolutely can. And I think this is the time for this new way, right? Is, as we keep saying, it's about this collaboration, bringing it together. And I encourage everybody listening to this, every single person, to reach out and have a conversation with you, Deb, because through your conversations, you'll be able to pick up lots of little bits and pieces and lots of wisdom, and be able to help and support people and give them some guidance and some insights, because what date did you say? April the 18th. Come along, and just about
April the 18th is our first one, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it goes really well, and we start doing it monthly after that. Again, this is our first one. We're trialing it, seeing how we go. So we've collaborated with some other people to do it as well. And we want to, for me, I just think that the more people that collaborate together, the faster their businesses will go and the more visible they become.
Absolutely. And it's not empty words. This is because I'm living it, you're living it, and I see people around me living it, and they're starting to absolutely fly and soar.
So on April 18th, come down and find people to collaborate with.
Yeah. Is this all online?
It'll be all online, all on Zoom.
So anyone around the world can join in for sure.
So depending, it might be the 17th for some people in the evening or the afternoon, depending which time zones they're in. And it might be different time zones. So it's 8 a.m. AEST.
Yeah, perfect. That's a Thursday.
We all have it. So I was talking to someone last night, and we had a meeting, and their daylight savings has just changed.
Yeah,
and our daylight savings changes in a few weeks. So we were talking.
It's a headache trying to work it out, right?
Yeah, but it's I tell you what, the hardest thing of a global business, the hardest thing is that sweet spot time. That is the hardest thing, and it keeps changing with daylight savings.
I know. Yeah.
Someone had put, I think it was a couple of years ago on LinkedIn, just for Australia. Oh, wouldn't it be, who else has problems with daylight saving in Australia? And I went, don't worry about Australia. I said, there's the rest of the world as well.
Absolutely. Because here in Australia, we've got Perth time, Adelaide time, we've got Melbourne, Sydney, Canberra on daylight saving, and then non-daylight saving time. And Queensland doesn't change. And I try to make it 8 a.m. in the morning, but then that can go 2 hours either way.
America, we've got Europe and the UK, and Canada have just changed theirs now.
Yeah.
It's just, but you know what? This is why I say you need a sense of humor. You've just got to laugh.
You do. Don't sweat the small stuff.
So I had a meeting last night. We have every 2 weeks in South Africa of a group of us who are global superconnectors. And we were laughing about this last night because the Canadian person, his daylight savings had just changed. So he came an hour later. In 2 weeks, the time changes again for us. So we keep changing the time to make sure we can all be there. Depending on where daylight savings is in the world and depending on what happens. So we had a good laugh about this last night, but there's nothing you can do. So you just have to laugh, find the right thing for what the group is, and then do that. But this is why I say having a sense of humor is so important, because things will happen. Things will happen. They do.
It happens. You know what I would love on our phones is, rather than just have the one time, just very clearly have Pacific time, Australian Eastern Standard, daylight saving time, or whatever, and then Europe, just every day, so that I could get her over Pacific time, possibly Central time, but then Eastern throws me out, and then it's it is. So Deb, where can people go to find you? Is it empowermentpoint.com?
Yes, come on to empowermentpoint.com. You'll be able to find me there. So one, I have a profile there, but also two, there's an about me there, so you'll find that as well.
Yep.
And you can connect with me. You can either connect with me by sending me a message through empowermentpoint.com, or if you go onto my profile, there is my booking link, so you can actually book a time as well. Yeah. And so go on to you can find me. Put my name in the search. I will come up, and there's a booking link there that you can actually book a time with me too. So you can find me there. I'm also on LinkedIn as well. You can find me there as well. So quite easy to find. But also, if you're looking for amazing experts in different areas, go to empowermentpoint.com. All their profiles are open. Their education is over. You can read their amazing blogs, their
Amazing.
videos, their audios. You can see all their events that they've got up there as well. And you can attend their events. They're global. They put their face-to-face as well as their Zoom events on there. So you can check them all out. And if you're needing an expert, but you can't find them on empowermentpoint.com, make a time with me and I'll help you find the right person.
Yeah. Oh, there's so much on that website, like, and incredible people. Like, I've gone through it a bit myself as well, and it is incredible. So I encourage every single person who's listening to this who is a business owner, it doesn't matter what size, to reach out to Debbie and have a chat, because you've got so many connections. As you say, you're a global connector and you're always available because you never sleep. Like Debbie, you never sleep. You're always on a meeting or, you know, doing something, connecting with someone somewhere around the world. Like, you know, that is a special gift of yours. So, you know, congratulations on all that you're doing with Empowerment Point. I'm so grateful and thankful to have met you, because
I'm grateful to have met you too, Sarah.
it's just so easy. We're
we
vibing
like that. Yes, 100%.
because we've all got this common goal of helping people create, you know, better lives and find that freedom.
And I love meeting people like you know, who do have that common goal of wanting to make a positive difference for people, wanting to help people, wanting to make people's lives better. So, you know, I feel like I'm one of the luckiest people in the world that I get to meet incredible people like yourself and get to build incredible relationships.
Yeah. Oh, look, I'm the same. So yeah, mutual admiration society, baby. Well, Debbie, thank you so much for coming on Magic Mike Moments today. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you and really peeling back the layers about success and what it's all about is taking your wisdom, your expertise, but combining it with some structure and getting solid foundation and collaborating with people who can fill your gaps, who can support what you do. And, you know, the sum of the whole is so much greater than the individual units, and it's a no-brainer.
Thank you for that, Sally. And yeah, whether somebody is starting a business, whether they are growing a business, whether they are wanting to scale their business and seal any of their business gaps, we can help them at every stage of their business as well. So whether they're a small, medium business or a corporate business, we're still able to help as well. And Sally, thank you so much for giving me the platform and the time as well to be able to help more people with you.
Well, it's time. This is the time to shine. It absolutely is. We're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. Let's take it from crappy to happy. That's all my little logos. But yeah,
I like that.
Go step up and be more. And with that, Debbie, thank you so much. We look forward to chatting to you again down the track. Looking forward to the 18th of April. And everyone come along and join. Like, you never know who you're going to meet. Get out of your comfort zone. Just give it a go. All right, Deb, we'll catch you soon. Thank you so much. Bye.